Good morning, everybody. Today I actually got some stuff planned out. First things first, I am headed to the appliance store to get me a new radiant whatever for our stove, because this one burnt out. I don't know how, but I'm going to go match one with this, grab a new one, install that. I'm going to be headed to Best Buy to claim my certificate. It's worth between $5,000 to $5,000, and if I get something very reasonable, I may pick up a new camera, because the GoPro can only do so much. I know people are like getting annoyed when I have the case on here. It makes all that scratching noise next to the microphones, and I think it's time for a new camera anyways, if I can afford one. Crossing fingers on that certificate. $200 to $300 would be dope, but I'm more than certain it's probably going to be about $5. But I won't know until I get there. Thirdly, I am going to be headed to Honda to pick up some axle seals for the transmission, inside and outside. I got the part number online. It's fairly cheap. I can get away with like going to the junkyard and just pulling out some good ones, but that means more work, like pulling axles out and so on and so forth. And I don't want to go to the auto parts store, because them dumbasses don't know what the hell it is, even if you have the part in front of them. So I'm gonna be heading out right now to go do all of that, and then when I get back, I'm definitely gonna start working on the transmission, clutch, installing those two together, taking off some of the things that are on the engine that I'm not going to be using for the car, and possibly clean the engine bay with some leftover oven cleaner that I have. At least get that all nice and cleaned. And I gotta head out of here around 5 o'clock to go help somebody else work on their car, and then we'll see what else the day has in store for me. So they didn't have what I need, but check this out. This is the beauty of a CRX. I parked in the most like smallest curb, and the car fits perfectly here, so I'm gonna have to go find this somewhere else or online. So they only got one seal out of 2, but I ordered it anyways. They'll be here tomorrow morning, and the place is only 5 minutes down from me. I was gonna cheap out, just put engine oil in the transmission, which works perfectly fine, but I bought transmission oil while I'm here. So now that's 2 off my list. Now we gotta go to Best Buy. So I finally found a place locally that has the item that I need right there. Appliance Parts East. I have the part. About to go home, change the stove out, then maybe I can start continuing doing stuff as planned, but the weather is not really being too nice as of now. So we'll see what my dad says. So spend some time to fix that guy. That heating element has now been replaced. It is not okay. That is totally the wrong one. You can see right there, it's kicking on. This one used to only kick on when this guy is on. Turned the whole system off to 20 volt. Checked all the wirings. Made some changes because my dad installed it like 3 years ago. But it is now working 100%. Hey. Now before I get to doing anything with this car or whatever, I came home, and this bastard right here was sleeping up here. You can see it's starting to kind of like tear into it already. So what I'm gonna do is, sponsored by my last job, I acquired a bunch of zip ties. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna zip them onto this pole and have them stick out every maybe 5-6 inches like that, because when they're going to try to jump up, they're going to hit that, and you know, cats are really sensitive, so they're going to be like, huh, oh shit, and just going to run off like, what the hell was that in my face? Same goes for the bitch that jumps off the roof. I'm going to find a way to prevent that, because way back I don't know if I can find the clip. If I find the clip, I'll send it to you guys. Or if I find the clip, I'll put it in now. If I don't find it, what happened was she jumped from the top of the roof right here and literally just went straight down and ripped through the tarp. So first things first, I'm gonna zip tie these mother suckers and prevent these cats from jumping up or down, hopefully. All right, guys. So I gotta get going in a minute. What I'm doing is, I honestly don't know if the oven cleaner is going to lift the paint out of the engine bay, but it's definitely doing this job by lifting all the grease, dirt, and crap that's caked up on the paint from over the years. I wanted to just leave this in here and let it kind of eat out, but I'm afraid that it might eat out too much by the time I get back home. But if I see that the dirt and stuff is lifting right there, I might try to pull the water hose over here and just kind of quickly rinse it down. So I decided to rinse the bay down because I didn't want to risk like the oven cleaner eating out the paint. It did clean a lot. There's still like dirt caked up on there, and I was gonna let it sit with purple power, but there was nothing in there except foam, and it wasn't enough. So I just realized like I can just wash the engine bay like I'm washing a regular car. So that's what I'm about to do right now. Oh yeah, definitely working. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna get on out of here. So I did a pretty deep scrub with the wash mittens and like jamming my fingers in all the crevices. All that dirt caked on here is now gone. You can see how much more brighter that blue is. Yes, I wet the whole engine bay. All the grommets are in place, so I highly doubt that anything went into the cabin. A little bit of water in the fuel, not too bad. The fuse box is covered up, fairly sealed. Yeah, it's looking a lot cleaner. So obviously the motor's not going to turn on right away, even if I was to swap it in today. That will give it time to dry out or whatever the case is. But I got to get going. This should be dry by the time I even come back, and I don't know if I could continue this today because I still wanted to put the tranny on and all that. But depending on what time I come back, if I have time, I'll mess with the transmission, the flywheel and stuff a little bit. And definitely before I end this video, I want to at least assemble that engine, because like I've mentioned earlier in the clip, I am going to be heading out of town. Alright guys, so I'm back home. Garage is closed. Do not want to open it. Got a couple hours before I head out to another city to drop off my GSR head. But for right now, I'm just going to spend a little bit of time in the garage. I'm going to be pulling off the clutch from this engine, inspecting it, and see what kind of life is left on it. But before I do that, got to make sure I have a clutch alignment tool. I think this is a B series, I'm not sure. It is a B series. I do have a C1 cam clutch alignment tool, but it's for an 88 22 spline, I think it is. And this one's a K series. But I can always do it with a 10mm and electrical tape. So I'm going to pull it off regardless. So here's the clutch that came out of my brother's RT before we went K swap. I'm pretty sure this was new. Oh yeah, Exetti. So this is brand new-ish. The clutch here fits perfectly in that spline. Teeth count matches, and it looks like I've been using this clutch. So when you don't have a clutch alignment tool, you can use a deep socket 10mm, right? And this end right here goes perfectly into the pilot bearing, like so, right? And then what you want to do is right here where the step of the deep 10 is at, you're gonna wrap electrical tape around it. So I just realized I've already got a deep 10 for the job. You can see right there, it's been used plenty of time. That's gonna go right there through the spline hole, right? And then this is going to go on the flywheel like so. It's gonna be loose up until you put the pressure plate on, and the one I'm using is this guy, matching pressure plate, and it's gonna go on something. So it just occurred to me, I guess between the 2 years of the EF and the EG has 2 different clutch sizes. Flywheel is about the same diameter top to bottom, and you can see here this is the matching flywheel, and the mating surfaces match up perfectly. But when you put it over here, you can see the gap all around the flywheel surface, and the pressure plate is definitely a lot smaller. I don't know if you can kind of see right there. So it looks like that flywheel is coming off. Well, that just helped me out a ton. These flywheel bolts are like easy to break loose. Easy. Not even a cheater bar. Same goes for the flywheel. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, before I call it at night, you can see there was some sealant here from, I guess, the person I got it from. Indicates a leak. So what I'm going to do is I want to open this case tonight, and I am going to clean it up, get some new gasket maker in there. Depending how much I have left in here, it still feels like halfway, but this is compressed, so it might just be air, I don't know. But I'm going to clean it, reseal it, close it. Same goes for these seals right here. You can see this one's like squished in. The other one's actually ripped. But I'm going to tear apart this transmission so I can get it ready to seal. So it looks like there's like no gasket on here at all. It's interesting. This is pretty much the gasket. Just tapeworm looking shit right here. What the fuck? That is all right there. Came out of the transmission butthole. Okay, so got a little impatient. I wanted to kind of do a lot more than just open the transmission. The right stuff didn't have any more compressed air in here, so it didn't squeeze out, but it was definitely halfway full. I cut it open, cleaned the crap out of the gears, cleaned the crap out of the surface of the 2 case, and finger dabbed right stuff, gray RTV all across the bottom diff case. You can see all the squeeze out. That only indicates that I got RTV in all the surface of the mating surfaces, and good indication that it is going to be sealed tight. All 12s are back on, and sensors and all are back on, except this guy because it's broken. Probably gonna have to snag another one from the junkyard, but yeah, tranny is back, and I'm gonna let that dry throughout the night. Clean this again tomorrow, and that should be ready to marry. I think I'm gonna cut this video here tonight. I know I could have done a ton more, but I'm taking this head off tonight, and I'm actually taking it a city over to drop it off for porting. When I got this head, it wasn't even finished. You can see right here they started it but didn't finish it. See here, has been ported out. The intake side is ported but it's not polished, so what I'm doing is I'm pulling the head off to take with me tonight and yeah, send it off to get ported. Look at that seal, that is all dried up. So it is 12:45 right now. About to head out to Antioch. I got to return this header because I borrowed it to make that fitment video for EFs. Got my drink so I don't die when I drive. Very unhealthy stuff. Not sure if I got everything, but mob in the van. So I got my GSR head right here. I got the Victor X manifold. This has all my valve train. Getting the head ported, or at least finish the port work on it, and hopefully if I can afford to port the manifold, I will port it too. So yeah, this truck is going as fast, if not faster than me, and like I'm still behind him, trying to catch up. He's either late to return back to his warehouse, or he need to take a shit, because I'd be speeding too. All right, so what I am doing right now is that EP3 right there, that's my buddy's car, and the only reason why I am going this late is because he works graveyard and he's headed over there, so I figured I meet him here at work. I'm gonna leave the van here, bring my stuff over there. We're gonna mob in his car out there and drop off the parts together, and then you know, whatever happens throughout the night, we'll come back here. I'll pick up my car. He heads on one way, I'll head home the other way. And now I just gotta wait for him to get off in like 15 minutes. So. Yeah, what time is it? Hey, let me show you. Let me see your car. It's 4:22 right now. We out here in Brentwood with Jake from State Farm.
What's up?
The man that does all the portings for us out here.
Late night.
Hell yeah. Yep, he's accepting our late night delivery.
I usually still not asleep.
Neither am I.
Again, guys, I've mentioned him before on my channel. If you guys need some port work out here in Northern California, man, Jake, you can hit him up at NORCAL Cars on Instagram. Probably the best way, because he's always on there. But he does an amazing job, and he's definitely going to take care of my head and Bernie's head right here. Definitely going to clean up some other people's port work that is not not up to par, but definitely correctable. So he's going to take care of this for us, and hopefully we're going to make some real good power off of this, and it's been proven, so that's why we're here and dropping these off for him.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So I got home about maybe 20 minutes ago. I'm confused. I'm not quite sure if I'm tired or if I need to sleep, or what I'm going to do as of right now. I left at 12:30. Completely abandoned my video editing to go meet up with Jake. We were just hanging out, catching up, bullshitting, talking about our swaps and stuff like that, and like our power goals, shenanigans. But I think to go to sleep right now is the right thing to do. So I am going to end this video here. But if you guys like this video and enjoy seeing the randomness in my days, please give this video a thumbs up. If you guys want to see some more of what it is that I do, or want to keep up with the sedan rebuild, definitely subscribe and hang loose, and I'll see you guys in the next video.